Welcome back, Guardians. Today's video is going to be on Gyrfalcon's Halberd with Choir of One, the newly released Void Exotic Special Ammo Auto Rifle. Quick rundown on Gyrfalcon's Halberd. Void Exotic chest piece. Your Void weapons will gain volatile rounds after you emerge from being invisible. When you are invisible and defeat a combatant while using a finisher, all of your weapons gain bonus damage, you and your nearby allies gain a reserve overshield, and improved class ability regeneration. The reserve overshields can then be deployed by using a class ability, but we're mainly using this for the volatile rounds with Choir of One. And if you've been watching the background gameplay footage, you can see just how powerful this is as a Void special ammo weapon. It fires like a regular auto rifle with a magazine of 25. And we just got, with the release of this last act in episode 1, new artifact mods that are actually helping boost this weapon up to make it really significantly powerful, even though it is already very powerful on its own. So let's take a look at a couple of things that are working as almost like a holy trinity here. We have sustained fire, targeting autoloader, and expanding abyss. So what we're going to look at first is targeting autoloader. When we have an auto rifle equipped, defeating combatants reloads the equipped weapon and temporarily increases weapon damage. So once we get our first kill, we're going to have increased weapon damage. We also have sustained fire. Continuously damage combatants with an auto rifle will grant you damage resistance. This stacks up to 3 times. Then on top of that, we have expanding abyss, where our void sources will deal increased damage to weakened targets. So pairing those all together, when we look at some of the gameplay footage that we have here, when we have grouped up enemies, we'll typically spam the hipfire shot. And with subsistence on the weapon, as it being the first retrofit, allows us to get those 5 bullets that it sprays out those 5 Wyvern-like shots back as long as we kill something. Most of the time we are doing the precision aim down sights, and with subsistence, we don't really have to reload. And with Gyrfalcons, once we get the loop going of just dodging, getting our kill, or making other things volatile, what we need to take into consideration is leaving one ad somewhere alive finishable so we can take advantage of special finisher to replenish our ammo for Choir of One. We are on the Night Stalker subclass with Shadow Shot Deadfall. That's the preference there. Marksman dodge, for my choice, you can go with Gambler's dodge, whichever you prefer. The melee isn't really that important to have refunded back. The grenade of choice is the Vortex grenade in the build. Vanishing Step is the first aspect. We'll be able to dodge to go invisible. Then when we come out of invisible, because of Gyrfalcon's our exotic chest piece, we're going to be able to have volatile rounds with Choir of One. Those volatile rounds are going to spread damage around to the enemies, and what our goal is to generate some orbs, because picking up an orb of power will grant us Devour. Devour is going to give us extra grenade energy on kills, as well as replenish part of our health. We have Finisher Final Blows make us invisible with Echo of Obscurity. Because we're using special finisher, this helps us secure a special finisher on an enemy when we have 3 armor charges, generate special ammo to keep Choir of One rolling, and then that will also give us invisibility so we can get out of that situation carefully. We have Echo of Undermining. This is what's going to help with our Aspect Stylish Executioner, because when we defeat weakened, suppressed, or volatile targets, we'll get invisibility. So we're just going to be able to loop that back and forth, but taking advantage of Undermining is important because weakening a target is just going to provide you an extra 25% damage this season just by throwing your grenade out and using a void weapon on that weakened target. And last but not least, we have Echo of Persistence. This is just going to ensure that our invisibility lasts longer, any overshields that we get are going to last longer, and Devour will have a cap of 15 seconds with Echo of Persistence applied. Now let's take a look at the armor mod setup for the Gyrfalcon's Choir of One build. Starting with the helmet, running 1 copy of Heavy Ammo Finder, 1 copy of Harmonic Siphon, so rapid void weapon final blows will create an orb of power, and 1 copy of Ashes to Assets to be able to gain some extra super energy on grenade kills. On the arms, I have 1 copy of Focusing Strike, 1 copy of Bolstering Detonation. Both of those are going to allow our powered melee and our grenade to be able to give us some extra class ability energy. Firepower to be able to generate an orb of power from a grenade final blow. On the chest, very basic here, 1 copy of Harmonic Resist, 1 copy of Solar Resistance, and 1 copy of Concussive Dampener. On the legs, we have 1 copy of Recuperation. Because we don't get the full heal on Devour because we're not on Warlock. Recuperation gives you 70 HP, and in conjunction with the Devour health that you'll have, it's almost like the original Devour, and you should get pretty much full health by just 1 Orb of Power. Then we have Harmonic Scavenger. This is going to be able to get bonus reserves when picking up ammo. And because we're running Special Ammo Finisher, we generate special ammo when we consume 3 stacks of armor charge by performing a finisher. So the scavenger mod just helps make sure that we're getting some extra ammo from those pickups. Stacks on stacks allows us to be able to only have to pick up 2 orbs of power to be able to get to the maximum armor charge of 3. We have 1 copy of Reaper to be able to spawn an additional orb of power after we activate our class ability and get a weapon kill. Obviously that special finisher that we've talked about throughout the video. And then 1 copy of Powerful Attraction, just because when you're in a chaotic situation, you could be able to collect orbs and proc Devour when you need it the most, just by activating your class ability and having those orbs get vacuumed up to you. So those are the armor mods. We've talked about a few of these armor mods. I'm just going to leave the rest up on screen while I tell you guys, thank you all so much for watching. Appreciate all the continued support. Everyone have a wonderful day. Peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe.